Microphone. There is a microphone here, so I can talk to the masses of people. Unfortunately, I don't know how to use the comments, so I wonder if I'll put this up on stream. I mean, to look at, after the fact, when it's all over. We shall see. Oh yes, we shall see. Yes, Daniel, another live stream! This time, it might be okay because the internet's fine right now, so I really do feel like drawing something in the Ken Sugimori style, so I thought it was better than just doing another video. I mean, I'll do a video later, but still have to position the microphone properly.
It's hard to position your screen when it's so huge.
Okay, so what do we have today? What is going on? Pokemon Go, Let's Go, Eevee, Pikachu, Detective Pikachu, the movie. Incroyable! Things that I don't really care too much about, to be honest. I don't have a Switch, so... Let's get inspired by... Is the microphone too far away? Because it sounds like I'm in another room. I sound like I'm in, like, the bathroom taking a crap. Okay. No, I'm not. When I talk like this, it sounds like... Alright, let's open the Ken Sugimori folder that I have. I wish I had more illustrations from him, but they're very rare. I don't know if you can see this or not, but there's like a bunch. I have a lot of references. References are great. They're very inspirational. And they serve as being very, 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 very fun to look at, and you just get pumped. You just really want to work on some of these drawings. Some of them aren't from Ken Sugimori. I just put in all the model sheets from the productions and whatever I can find. Yeah, now I do. But when I'm talking like this, it's fine. Except it's hard to sit when I talk like this. Oh, I need to get an arm for the microphone. So yeah, there's like a bunch of drawings, some from Ken Sugimori. I mean, everything's Ken Sugimori inspired when it comes to the Pokemon art direction, There's some animation cells, animation model sheets. Very good. I love those very much. I'm glad I have them. I wish I had more. Hey, Toon John, how's it going? I'm actually going to try to draw another trainer in Ken Sugimori style, but I haven't actually figured out which one to draw. So if anybody has any idea, please let me know, because I got nothing. I just felt like drawing, so. Oof, what was that? That sounded wrong. I know! I love the original artwork too! The character designer for the show is a little different than... she actually has a Twitter, and I think... not very many subscribers. I'm not sure why. Not many followers. Ooh, Elite Four. You want to go that far? Because I was just going to go for the regular trainers, but hey, we can do the Elite Four. I don't mind. Lorelei. But don't we already have a really good Sugimori picture of Lorelei? Unless you want me to do the sprite. Maybe that would be cool. Because, like, I got this whole, I'm looking at trainers right here. And just figuring out, there's a lot of them for Generation 1. We're just doing Generation 1. I try to move the microphone so it's a little bit more comfortable to sit and talk properly. Ayo. Let's see, a scientist. Did we do a scientist? Those are kind of boring though. Wouldn't be too interested in doing that, especially not in a live stream. That sounds like no one would want to watch that. Oh, come on. Yeah, so Daniel Rodriguez, the sprite would work. I'm not sure if we have an old school artwork of Lorelei. I only remember the stadium portrait. That's right. It's very similar. The stadium portraits are very similar to the sprites, and that's cool. Alright, so we didn't do beauty yet. We didn't do biker yet. We did biker, we did bird keeper, thankfully. Didn't do black belt. Boss, let's see what boss is. Right, just Giovanni. Did Giovanni pretty much. I did all the gym leaders at one time. Yeah, I get it. I guess I don't have cookies enabled or whatever. Whatever. Bug catcher, didn't do that one. Burglar, didn't do that one. Champion, that's we definitely didn't do the Elite Four champion or
Gary!
no, that's not Gary.
I gotta poke it!
No, I'm done. Channeler did that one. Cool Trainer did one of them. Cue Ball did that one. Elite Four did that one too. Engineer. Fisherman. Gambler. Gentleman. We did the gambler though. Maybe I should just get this, like print screen this and just start writing down what I don't have. Let's see. Leader, we did all the leaders. Pokemaniac. Weirdly, I didn't do that one. Oh wait, I did, but not the nerd. Swimmer, Tamer. Tamer? Oh. What is that? Is that like some kind of spirally thing? Toon John, that's an interesting challenge. Your own trainer, like a new custom trainer. Do you want to, like, do we have enough people to? I guess not, but like, I mean, if you really would like to try that. I'm trying to think of what we could do with that. Maybe that's for another time, because like, if I just take one of these characters, it's gonna be a lot easier to get down. I'm gonna go for, like, I mean, these hikers are pretty classic, to be fair. See, that's the weird thing. We all thought that was just a shadow, but that's the beard. Yeah, it does make sense to just, you know, do the reference. Who are junior trainers? Sorry about that, I just don't have cookies on.
Cookies.
Oh, right, campers, right. I guess we could do some campers. Just get those out of the way. I think that's fun. I like the campers. I like their uniform.
I like the uniform. I got the gear.
Okay. My bad. Alright, so we could either do the pose. Great. Thanks, microphone, for moving away from me. problem. Okay, so we could, good, I'll do it. Now we could either go with the actual pose, or we could just make our own pose. I don't know. Sometimes you want to do a grid. I usually don't, but just for the sake of stabilization, just so you know where you are, you can do that. And what I usually do is I just directly look at the sprite for reference. I really don't want to get any other reference unless there's details that I might have misinterpreted, which is also kind of fun to do as well. But let's see. Yeah, the one from the stadium is a completely different... It's a very different design than the one we got in the sprite. So that means I got a lot of... I can't find the word for it. A lot of freedom. Okay. Very boring pose. Hey, 3 Effects. Hey, thank you so much for watching that very old 9-year-old series. But yeah, I'm so glad you liked it because I watched it like recently and it's actually not too bad. Thanks, I know like these things just get taken off YouTube because you're using footage from Pokemon, which is a felony. But thanks so much. I really appreciate that. I'm so glad people are actually watching it even today. The 10-year-olds out there weren't even born. Well, they were just 1 year old when I made that. Let that sink in. There was no Game Grumps. Yeah, see, Daniel, you know me, so that's great. And I don't know how long you want me to talk about Detective Pikachu. But as people probably know, if they watched, is this even very Sugimori-like? I'm not sure. Gotta look at my refs. But like, even, like, people who know me know that I'm very, very passionate about what I felt the direction for Pokemon should have been way back in the day. And I kind of lost my interest in Pokemon in general, as far as it comes to following things or buying the merchandise or anything very early. I think sometime in 2000. I'm just done. 2001, let's be fair. Gold Silver came out. That was a fun refresh for me after, you know, loving and losing Pokemon back in 1999 when I was 10. And since the 3rd generation, I just did not like how it was evolving. So I really wasn't, so I just have very, very personal thoughts, and they're just my own thoughts. I obviously think that they're the best thoughts, but that's what everybody does with their own thoughts. So, I mean, most of the time when it comes to something creative like this. And therefore, the Detective Pikachu movie, the trailer came out, and the only thing that I'm gonna have to say is, visuals aside, I actually think the story might be fun. I mean, you have a story that's self-aware, that, you know, takes the property into its, like, it's aware of the story and the concepts, which I actually quite liked. And because, you know, it's a new, you know, production company making this. It's not Shueisha, it's not Showpro, it's not the production companies doing the films for the Japanese, you know, animated movies. There'll definitely be a fresh take, and it'll be a nice character-driven story. But that being said, I just don't like the visuals. I find it very bizarre. I find it very unappealing, and I have no idea why it had to be the way it had to be. You know what? Maybe it would have been fine if it was just Pokemon, you know, as cartoons, or just cartoon computer generated, you know, and just try to blend it into the lighting and cinematography of live action. That would be a good compromise. Hey, thanks. Yeah, I'm streaming. Now I'm gonna stream for a longer time, so that's good too. And I feel like that just, I don't understand where people's fascination with wanting to see realistic Pokemon comes from. It's the same as Dragon Ball. You don't want a realistic Dragon Ball. People who, even fan-made media and, you know, live-action attempts were very strange. It just doesn't mesh. These are meant to be basic shapes, meant to be simple, saturated, cartoony shapes. They're meant to be abstract in a certain way, you know, and simplified. And I don't understand where that realistic stuff comes in, because it never looked good, and it never will, because just the nature of its designs are... Let's make an open Pokeball here. And that's why I didn't like the trailer. I thought it was, I just don't like the idea. Like, on principle, I don't like the idea of it being realistic looking creatures. I can't get over it. It's very disturbing. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I just don't understand. That would be like, you know, doing a realistic Powerpuff Girls. You know what I mean? Like, let's make them photoreal. Let's give them pores and skin, and it doesn't make sense. It don't make no sense. You're not supposed to be doing that. I did. Look at this. It's good magically. We don't want to jinx it. Right now it's doing great. So the internet connection is fine, which is why I'm able to do this. And I feel like drawing, so we're in a win-win situation here. Let's enjoy the moment. And also, good luck drawing. I don't know what pose. What are we gonna do the female camper pose? Give me some, not camper, the picnicker, you know? Like, what's she gonna be doing? He's throwing a Pokeball. And she's doing what? That's interesting too, John, that you went back with Diamond and Pearl. Like, for me, Diamond and Pearl, when I saw it in stores, I just was like, no. I just didn't like, it just felt like it was adding on to the... It's just the wrong direction, you know what I mean? It's like, just, for me, it's just the wrong direction. But that's interesting. Could you please, like, maybe elaborate on what made you feel like, you know, oh yeah, Pokemon's fun. Let me go and, you know, follow the series again. Let me go and play the games again. Because I'd like to know. I'm very curious. Yeah, and the Sonic live action movie. I heard that one too. But then again, I mean, you got Sonic 06, right? Sonic 06 had, like, photorealistic humans. I don't know. If they're gonna make Sonic look like a real creature instead of just an abstraction in a cartoon, that's where I'm like, why? But if it's gonna be... If it's gonna be like, you know, like, kind of cartoony? Like, Sonic already is kind of weird in general, you know? Like, there's a difference between those two properties. Like, this is just me talking, by the way. I'm not claiming objectivity here. Like, there's a difference between Sonic being, you know, like with live action humans and Pokemon being with live action humans, because at least the world in Pokemon feels just more grounded and like self-contained, and Sonic is just all over the place. Okay, that makes sense. Like the 3DS, no, not the 3DS, the DS, and just going back to Pokemon in that kind of new generation. I think that, yeah. Also, by the way, I have to say this off the bat: the UI, the HUD for the battle sequences in Diamond and Pearl are the best. I love them. It's just this gray and white. It's beautiful. The worst are the Fire Red and Leaf Green HUD. I just hate it. The text box is gross. Oh, concept art for a fan game. Someone, Eliota is drawing. Yeah, so which fan game is it? I've heard of Pokemon Crystal Clear, and that's, oh, I don't want to even talk about that, because that just breaks my heart, because it's like everything that I wanted in a Pokemon game, and some fans made it possible. Beautiful. Listen, everybody, how much of a fan are you of the original Picnicker? Because for me, she's the cutest. I love her. Look at this beautiful design. It's like, and she's with the hands, and is like, I will kill you. Whoops. I want a Generation 2. Go back. Any more pictures of the Picnicker? Cute Picnicker. Wait. No, see, I don't like that. Short hair, no go. Blue hair, no. I like the dark straight hair. That one's great. Yeah. Wait, Toon John, you were a freshman in what? High school or college when Diamond and Pearl came out? That's 2006, right? Yes, old design. And also, we're gonna have to I'm gonna have to disagree with you, Mr. Toon John, for the Pokemon designs, but that's okay because I'm a very opinionated old fart, so. Don't have to take my my statements as law. Speaking of which, just to let you know, it's not the nostalgia bias that's making this happen. There's plenty of new generation Pokemon I can count that I actually like, and I really do like. And we'll talk about that someday, but then again, you know, I did these retrospective things so long ago that who cares anymore about, you know, what I think, so I don't know. Like if I would do a new Pokemon retrospective thing, which I really don't feel like doing. Sometimes I do, but I know it's a very arduous process. Yeah, it would be interesting to tackle something like that because I don't have any attachment to Generations 3 to Hawaii. Alola. Okay, look, we got poses. I did that on autopilot. I didn't even know what I was drawing. Let's hope they fit with the rest of the pictures that I did. Okay, so usually the thing is you want to flip it and see if you're doing anything wrong. Seems like it's okay. So I could either go directly into doing the line art, which is sometimes good, sometimes not, but I'm gonna just go into a more refined sketch. Man, I feel like I'm gonna puke. Pokemon Renaissance. Oh, you're French. That's awesome. How does it feel to be in, like... Was Black and White the French one, or was it Diamond and... I think Diamond and Pearl was the French one. Okay, freshman in high school. That makes sense. It's hard keeping up with the comments. I'm sorry if I miss some. Oh, thanks, Daniel. Just
stop it. You're being too nice.
So I'm assuming that the... Let's talk about the camper, you know? That's what we're doing right now. So the male camper, both the female and the male campers, junior trainers, whatever, they seem to have these... You can't see the browser, right? That's why there's like a huge pause in between me drawing. They seem to have these like bulbous hats, but they look kind of square in the original sprite. Now, Ken Sugimori has two kinds of eyes. There's the tall eyes, the generic tall eyes, and these model sheets were, for Pokemon 3 at least, were very heavily Ken Sugimori oriented. But the question is that there's also the kind of calmer, like square eyes that he uses for certain characters, and I'm wondering which ones we should implement for this guy. Like Lieutenant Surge and Sabrina. These are, granted, these are newer drawings. Oh, X and Y was the French one, because I was thinking of the beret with Diamond and Pearl. I decided to do the regular eyes. But then again, the sprite looks really mean, so maybe... I don't want to make the mistake of doing Pokemon Let's Go. Why are these campers camping? Where are their parents? What am I talking about? This is Pokemon. I made mistakes right here. So yeah, this is the embarrassing sketch phase where lots of experiments are being done and... Ugh. And I don't have reference for the camper. I mean, I don't have reference for any more eyes. Maybe we should just do the tall eyes and... Toon John, that's a very big topic. That's a very, very strong topic. It goes all the way back to 2002, and we do want to open that can of worms today. Not with the camper, but generally speaking, like what I felt was the best thing about Pokemon was the feeling of being yourself and exploring things on your own. And building your own friendships with your own, with your own creatures, and also making friends along the way while exploring the world. So, with that being said, I would expect there to be a more a freer game than it usually is with the story. I mean, I like the first story, I like the second story, that one's great. But then there has to be some kind of way to make an open-ended game without being very boring. I mean, you can easily get bored with, I don't know, like when it gets too loose, it loses its direction, because then it makes you capable of doing whatever you want, and that's not necessarily within the theme of the game. It's difficult to talk about. Yes, this question does deserve a video. Eventually. Which I keep saying. And it's been 9 years, so. Does the camper have pockets? He does have pockets. What camper doesn't have pockets? Square belt. If you followed all the drawings that I've done, you probably noticed that I just get hung up with the mouth a lot. I don't know what it is. I have no idea, but the mouth is just difficult. Yes, you're right. Gold and silver were the best. I love red and blue and yellow, but gold and silver just improved things and kept it into continuity. Like, it kept the old stuff as well. So I was, when I was a kid, I was prepared to just lambast it because, oh, this is pretending it's the new thing, you know, the new hot thing. But no, it actually, it used the old one for a lot of, I'm getting distracted. Ooga chaka. Yeah, that was incredible. I am amazed at what they could fit in that little cartridge. How does Ken Sugimori draw kids' legs? That's the most awkward question. Not gonna be the last awkward question to ask. Well, I mean, like, you got stocky legs like this, but then again, I should check out how the bug catcher looks like, because that's a pretty good example. Bug catcher. Yes, the imagination it forced on players is a big factor. The other thing is not holding your hand, which is an extremely big thing because that made it challenging. I can still remember when I was a kid playing Pokemon Red and Blue, and sometimes I just had no idea what to do, but it made me invested. It made me invested in trying to figure out what to do. And that kind of creative thinking, that kind of problem-solving mentality is something that is very integral to growing up, you know, learning. And games are one of the greatest tools to do that with. And it's just very sad that stuff like Pokemon Go, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, I haven't played it. I don't have a Switch. I actually bought it for Christmas. Shh, quiet. I heard that it was quite easy. So you know what I mean. Anyway, here's some good examples of early Ken Sugimori art. I kind of want to get into how he looks like in gold and silver more. So I guess the tree branch legs are the way to go. Yes, playing, fighting against Brock. I still have memories visiting people somewhere far away in the States and, playing Pokemon Yellow and trying to beat Brock with a Pikachu. It was so hard and I didn't even know there was a Mankey out there in the grass. Fun. But, I just brute forced it. Ugh, what kind of a shoe am I drawing? Yes, I know, you were blown away by Kanto. Sorry, I missed that one. Alioda. Me too. I was like, what? But then again, I was still on denial mode, and when I got Pokemon Gold, I actually borrowed it from a friend, and I have since permanently borrowed it. Please don't tell him. Since 2001. And I was just like, this is crap. This is garbage. This is stupid. Pokemon's dumb. What am I drawing? And so I was in denial, but I really did like it, and then, played it some more later. Wait, gym leaders only have 3 Pokemon? I mean, they usually don't have that many. In general. Anyway, talking about that Pokemon game that I would find ideal is that I think one of the biggest things is you really need to be able to choose where you start. And I always felt like that was fun because then with the, the philosophy of communication and community, like going outdoors and playing with your friends via the link cable, you'd have varied backgrounds, like you can tell your friends, I was in Pewter City. I lived in Pewter City. That's where I started out. And I went down to Viridian, and someone else is like, no, I lived in, Saffron, and I went up to Vermilion City, and that's where I got the second badge, and blah, 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 stuff like that, that's one of the things that's with, customization of your own story, which is what I felt would be fun. And I felt like instead of adding more Pokemon, I feel like there is a way to limit the amount and what could you do with these Pokemon that's more important than adding more. But then again, that's me, and then that requires a different train of level of thinking for another game. I mean, it's like, I guess Mystery Dungeon is similar because they just use Pokemon to be Pokemon and do different little rescue adventures and stuff. Ooh, holding your hands, huh? I think his his head is a little bit too far back. But anyway, let's continue. Yeah, I'll probably watch a Let's Play of Let's Go or something. I mean, if someone donates it to me, I mean, I bought a Wii for Christmas, so I bought a Switch for Christmas, so hey, I mean, yeah. If someone donates it to me, yeah, I'll play it and I'll review it and I'll make a video. Like 7 months late, but hey. That's right, Toon John. And I was thinking, I felt like the Alolan forms for Pokemon, that is an excellent idea. Not super not super excited by the designs they chose, but the idea is good. I mean, that's what I wish would have happened when I was a kid, because once again, it's again about community and telling your own story to friends. And you got this weird Bulbasaur from the mountains, you know what I mean? It's a different Bulbasaur. And people want to collect different types like that. And, you know, just having a variation of experiences. Okay, thank you, Toon John. I just read that. Yes, thank you. I'm glad you don't like the busy designs, because I don't either. I don't feel like that's, you know, that's very Pokemon to me. Charizard is one of the best examples, you know, like. Anyway, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about how cute this junior trainer is. Adorable. Adorable. Absolutely adorable. Dude, friends were telling me that too, about Misty and Brock following me and stuff like that. And me, like, imagining how it would be, like, if we had a Game Boy game where Misty and Brock would be following you, and they might be able, you could kind of tag team, and they could battle for you and with you and stuff like that. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. I can still see it in my head, how the pixely, you know, Brock and Misty traveling with you thing would be. Yeah, deplorable, adorable. Now you can see how bad my hands are when I draw them. It's really difficult. I don't get it. No matter how much I study hands, it always manages to... Oh, are they? Are the gym leaders more active? You're not talking just about Gen 3's green hair kid's dad. Oh no, your dad. Your dad is a gym leader, not green hair kids. I'm really slowing down. I usually am not this slow when I'm drawing for myself, but when I'm talking and trying to focus on two different things, it's really difficult. Gen 5. Is Gen 5... Gen 5 is black and white, right? Yeah, that's an interesting thing too, John. Pokemon based on real life areas. I like that they're inspired by real life areas, but I feel like maybe you're right about maybe it's being a little too on the nose with it. Maybe they could be a little bit more generic about it. Like it's influenced by, like, you know, Kanto, right? The first one. It's influenced by Japan, but it's not strictly very Japanese, I don't think. It's generic enough for it to be anything, but it has that kind of modern, you know, modern day Japan flavor, urban Japan kind of thing. Maybe the new ones are a little bit too much involved in getting that kind of real life influence, but I wouldn't know. Right, generic RPG fantasy. I gotta check my phone. What's going on? Someone's asking me a question. Blah 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 blah. Let's meet up. Okay, so in 2 hours. All right, so let's try to get this done quick. Okay. Let's see, where's our Sugimori eyes? Morty. Where's the Sugimori eyes, Morty? Wow. Remember when that was popular? So it's like just New York City in black and white. I mean, Mario was in different parts of the world in some of his games. But I get it. Yeah, Pokemon is a little bit more its own universe. That's what made it fun. This is one of the first things that I've experienced as like its own universe thing. Look at that. Isn't that cool? You get a layout sketch, you get a storyboard here. Storyboard? Misty in the storyboard. And then... Is that a storyboard as well? It's the same thing. Storyboard, and then maybe it's a little bit in between sketch there going on. There's a rough. Then there's a cleanup with shadows, and that's another rough cleanup with shadows. And then that's, I guess that's just an in between. And that's the final cell. Look how nice it looks. And then that's a really rough animation. And then that's the final image. 480p. See, now that I'm showing you these references, they better look as good as the references, or I'm going to be very sad and not stream anymore. Let's see. There we go. There we go. Okay. Ooh, yeah, I do like the Zelda art. I think, look, Zelda is amazing because it's wonderful with changing its art style. It's wonderful with acknowledging what came in the past, you know. It's wonderful with keeping great ideas and acknowledging those ideas from way back in the day and its legacy. Everything Pokemon isn't. Sorry. People really didn't like it when I talked about black and white that, 9 years ago. So I'm still affected by it. Yeah, man, the Zelda concept art and Zelda art, all that stuff is great because it's just always so different every single time. And it's not like it's not like they're improving it; they're just doing a different take, and that's what I like about it. Okay, let's do this. I can do this. I got reference. It's there. I can do it. See, I'm using Yeti Rough. Yeti Rough. Yeah, Red the Bug Catcher. Isn't that cool? It's really nice. I like how it looks. It's old, yes. It's like scratchy and watercolory and... Okay. Haha, I should try a layer, but that layer is going to be a raster, not a raster, a vector layer. So we tried that, yeah. I don't usually flip the canvas so often, but since everybody's watching, you know, gotta be cool. I love the manual that came with Gen 1 games. Those are so good because it made it look like a safari. It made it feel like you're going on an adventure because it's like leathery and it's like, oh, here's the documents of these creatures in the wild. You better watch out. You better, you know their biology and where they live and everything. And it's like, oh, it's wonderful. And, you know, their habitats. And this is what you need to set out and stuff like that. Oh, I loved it. I think that was very nostalgic. And I feel like that feeling... that's a nice feeling. That's right. Yeah, the watercolor is not used in any other property of this kind. Now that you mention it, I didn't think about that actually. This is definitely not Ken Sugimori. I just don't feel like doing it. Oh, by the way, stabilization is on 0 right now, but hey, this is why I like Clip Studio Paint, because of the stabilization. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I know, right? Like, I used to watch other anime when I was a kid, but I didn't know they were really anime. I watched a few episodes of Mega Man before Pokemon, and there's this volleyball and soccer anime called Attack Number 1, which is the volleyball one, and can't remember what the soccer one was called. But those two I remember watching at least more than a few times when I was a younger child. See, when in doubt, you put those little thingamajigs on the eyes. Words. There's something very wrong with his head. I can't see it. You wrote Legionnaires. You meant legendaries, right? The Legionnaires.
Ha ha, we are gods.
I know. The Roman Legionnaires are gods. Yeah, there's just like way too much of that. I don't understand. I don't understand. I think Pokemon's great as a personal story with people and Pokemon. It's fun. I mean, I liked I'm rewatching the Pokemon movies, 2, and 3, both in Japanese and in English, because I bought the Blu-ray. And I've watched 2 and 3, 1 and 2, both Japanese and English. And yeah, 1 has lots of problems. 2 is a little more streamlined, but then again, it's just like end of the world kind of stuff, and that's okay, but it's not the best. And I think 3 is the best of all 3 of those, to be honest, because it's a personal story. It has characters that you care about. And it's just like a magical kind of adventure movie with Pokemon in it. And they just use Pokemon as what they are, and I think that made it good. I haven't seen it in a while though. You gotta roll up those shorts, you know? I sounded so sad. You gotta roll up those shorts, kid. But yeah, the whole prophecy. Yo, hey, how's it going, Dintan? It's always difficult going back to read the comments, but yeah. You made a mistake in the second movie where the prophecy was, and the world will turn to ash. Yeah, that's the idea, right? They wanted it to mean ashes, like they'll turn to ash, but then, ho-ho, wordplay. Ancient wordplay. In the Japanese one, it is literally just a dude, a Pokemon trainer, will just show up at some point, coincidentally, which I kind of liked better when I watched the second movie in Japanese, because the emphasis wasn't on the power of one, it was on working together. Someone representing the human race, someone representing the Pokemon, and the beast of the sea being the current underwater, not Lugia necessarily, which I think was a little bit better. And so it's kind of like anybody could have been the chosen one if they were there at the right time when this happened. Dude, you remember the retrospective video from the second movie? I don't! Was it the one with Ashley J. Williams? Groovy. Look at those chubby fingers. No one's gonna notice. Oh man. Of course he's gonna have rolled up socks. How do we draw these shoes? Early Ken Sugimori shoes were very pointy. They should really have hiking shoes. Elliot, am I planning to continue the Let's Play?
Well, not sure about that.
I don't know. I would like to, but I never really feel like I'm in the mood. And I don't know what to talk about. You know, usually the cost of return. What do you call that? Like the returns. Like like you invest in something and you finish it, you make it, and you put it out there, and then the investment in returns or something. It's not as, call me selfish, but like it's a little disappointing because I don't know how many people, I don't do this all the time, but yeah, I could try again. Yeah, the original anime is a lot of soul. The original anime had it felt. I don't know if you're talking about the dub or just talking about the one in general, because like the dub, yeah, like it felt like people worked on it. It just felt like, yeah, let's just make stupid, corny jokes and translated it liberally and like see what we can do with the character arcs for the characters or like their motivations and like changing stuff. And I think that was fun, and I think that made it its own, and then combined with the art style and of that anime, made it really fun to follow. So I think I haven't watched the anime itself in Japanese, but I don't know how different it is. Thanks for the thumbnail is just a slowpoke because I'm slow with this, it takes forever. One of the hardest things to draw is this. Old Pokemon soul. Racing. Okay, so her chest is out like this. That's where the rib cage would be. Okay. Messed up on this. Avatar: The Last Airbender or Avatar, the 2009 James Cameron movie that made all the money in the world and is still the highest grossing film of all time? Aw, thank you. That's so nice of you to say. I'm just so happy that you're still here and you consider that a thing. I'm just so happy to know that I inspired someone. It's so nice. Thanks for telling me that. Iota. The blue people guy. Aren't they doing like a live action Avatar movie now? That's what I heard. And it's with Michael Dante DiMartino and Brian Konietzko supervising. I mean, I think they were executive producers and supervisors on the movie too, but that's how things go. the film, the media biz. People get attached for credits. Executive producers and show developer. No, just executive producers and stuff like that. Usually, sometimes they're just there as a credit and not really involved in the story, in the inner workings of the production. Oh, thanks. Yeah, my passion for Pokemon, it just, like, I thank so much for telling me that. It really means a lot, but, like, it's just so funny because, like, I just, it stops for me at a certain point. It stops at Generation 2. I sometimes look into what's going on, later on as the series is still alive. But it's just, thank you. That's really nice of you to say. But just butts. It's nice not talking for a while. I don't know how other live streamers... Look at that huge thumb. I don't know how other live streamers... do they talk all the time? I'm not sure. Cool. Okay, so you're with me then, Alioda. Look at that. Look at these horrible fingers. Sausage fingers. Maybe I just don't... I mean, the thing is, Kensugi Mori's like little stocky people fingers are just... That's been stuck in my like muscle memory for way too long. So let me just look for a good image to base my fingers off of. See, like this, like they really do have these like square fingers. Let me draw a good finger. Whatever. I'll fix it later. soon it will come time for refinements. Gotta get those rolled up socks. Can't believe it's 5 p.m. over here. So basically what happens is right after this, what have I done? Basically after this stage, we start coloring, and then I just go start refining the image while I color, which I don't think, it's like destructive because you don't have things separated the way you want it to. And then that kind of creates problems if you need to fix things, so you have to do everything manually. So you kind of, so then what you do is then you're kind of stuck with the image you have, and then you're gonna have to get creative if you need to fix stuff, which is, you know, an unorganized way of working, but that's just how I work. Hey, thanks Toon John. See, like, things just start working out. They start working out after those horrible sketchy lines. I'm just trying to think of, oh man, I wish I had more watercolor reference. I am but a fool. I have no watercolor reference. I have some here. Yeah, the recent concept art.
The recent concept art, yeah, it's kind of different.
But the one that I'm trying to do is I'm really trying to get to do that old Sugimori thing, but adding a little bit of a twist to it, so it's not exactly the same. If that makes sense. Now watch as I rip off colors. Boom. Steal, 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 steal. Just steal colors. Sample the colors yourself. My friend, you just gotta sample all these colors yourself. Takes a lot of time off you.
What? They're just colors.
That sounds like Gary. No, it's not color calibrated enough. I like these. See, this is the old, like, super 90s Ken Sugimori drawings, man. They're great. I like them. Super 90s. I guess this is a good one. Yeah, War Turtle art for the card. Looks like Helga's Pataki from Hey Arnold. I'm gonna take that off. Big eyebrows don't work here. Hey Arnold, this is classic. Not sure I'm very sure about these eyes though. Also, friends cheat. If you have digital tools, you just cheat. Yeah, we should do the rocket grunts. Alioda, no, I don't have his art book because most of it is pre-Pokemon stuff, which is great, but I mean, like, come on, you know, you kind of want to see the Pokemon artwork, and they have just like a very small sliver of it. I mean, based on the reviews. Really not liking this, to be honest. I'll change it later. Okay. I have to save it. Okay, let's just get a move on with this. 3. Pick a color. Paint it. Oh wait. All right. Cool. So I am using the technique known as do not exceed line of reference layer, which is a feature you can do in Clip Studio Paint. And you can just make the little option here for any brush, and then make sure that these are highlighted as lighthouses, because that means reference layer. And when you're below it, you can just start painting, and beautiful. You don't have to really worry about going out of the lines as much as you would normally. I think this is too orange. We will fix all the lines that don't work later on, when this is over. Oh, so tell me how the art book is. Sorry, I didn't see that until now. Is it pretty cool? Oops, this is on the same layer, isn't it? Yep. Maybe I should just do the filling thing. This is taking too long. Dragon Quest, awesome. Wait, what is Dragon Quest? I keep messing that. That's the Toriyama illustrated one, right? Akira Toriyama. So for me, the picnickers were always brown, so kind of like, you know, the khaki color. Khaki. Like a so. Something like that. Whoops. Hey, that's kind of cool. But no, we gotta make it boring. That's cool, man. I wish I could check that out. That's pretty neat. I love Akira Toriyama's drawings. Oops. Definitely not the right artwork to look at. Okay. Oh, hey, that's not bad. That's a pretty good price. That's awesome. What am I doing? This isn't right. This doesn't look right. Yeah, red, blue, fire red, leaf green. Yeah, I think I saw some of those pages. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, it's all in Japanese too, so. Your mileage may vary, as they say. Heck, it's been an hour. That's been 3 hours. This isn't going very well, but you know. Now comes the project depression, where you're just like, no. Where did your hour go? I'm doing anymore. Let's just go to the mail. It sounds like I'm in a laboratory. Let's go on to the mail. How's the mail doing today? Yeah, you keep the book as a collection. That sounds like a good deal. I wouldn't mind it, but it's just that, you know, there's very little of what kind of interests me. Okay. Thanks. I'm glad you're digging the design. I think it's getting somewhere, but oh, I made mistakes. We all make mistakes in life, children. I guess it comes from live streaming. You kind of can't get comfortable because you think you're gonna mess something up. Ooh, okay, feel a little bit better, feel a little bit better. You know, it's nice not having to talk so much at the moment. Clearly I messed up with the female trainer here. How can I ever forgive you? How can I ever forgive you? Don't know. I'm gonna have to probably just take this. Whoops. Do something with the eyes. Man, watercoloring is pretty cool. I never did it though. I mean, I did when I was like 4. I think it's really hard. I don't know, in real life. Thanks, I'm glad you like the hair. I'm happy that you are happy that you like the hair, the coloring in that style. Yeah, that's like it's Ken Sugimori's little loosey-goosey watercolors. It's really nice. And then there's always like these really thick shadows, which really help. Yeah, his recent arts, Ken Sugimori's recent arts have been digital. They've been Photoshop digital. I'm pretty sure it's Photoshop. Very similar. Like I can tell. Like when you use Photoshop for over a decade, you can tell. They look great. They look very nice and they look very nice and how do you say that? Like refined, very, you know, like the anatomy's way better than it used to be, but the style is the blocky stylization is gone and not as, you know, it's like super tidy and yeah, it does look a little bit sterile with just the colors. Of the digital computer. Whew. I'm gonna have to go to Photoshop soon and refine these up. That's sort of like my last resort to go to Photoshop and do refinements. So after I do all the stuff on Clip Studio Paint, I go to Photoshop and adjust. Anyway, Alioda, I don't know how to say her name, I'm sorry. How is your drawing going? That's what I want to know. Oh, you finished it. That is excellent. Applause. I must add my applause emoji there. There we go. And now time for Photoshop. Boom. And then I'll be done. You didn't have to see that. Okie dokie dokie dokie. Hey guys, remember this? Ta-da! Okay, let's see. I know it's weird to look and see if they'll fit after the fact, but hey. Oh, you finished? Okay, so you did it 3 days ago. But you know, good job. Good job. You finished drawing. And that's a good thing, because there's a lot of I hate Photoshop. You mean the one with the cool trainer and stuff? Yeah, that actually would be pretty cool. Just gotta think about that one. Let's see. Huh. Come on, there has to be a different type of... Yeah, with all the characters, the poster, that'd be great. When it's all done, I'll definitely try to do that. I stubbed my toe. Yeah, I do have a DeviantArt, but I don't upload anything on it anymore. I have a Twitter. That's probably more better. I mean, I put stuff on there, so that's cool. I think that's for my DeviantArt, but I really don't post anything there. And oh, this is a bad picture. Okay, well, anyway, I don't think I can finish it today. I have to leave soon. So but it's always good to refresh yourself when you're, you come back and you're like, oh, I know what to change and make better. So I'll probably do that. And with that said, I think I'm going to be done streaming right as of now. Hopefully I'll be able to do it later, if the internet stays the same. Because it's been so bad this whole time. But we'll see. I mean, like, they kind of look okay. I'll fix it. Woohoo! Yeah, DeviantArt, don't really use it very much. I think it's kind of old, so I really don't have much, like the way it uploads stuff is a bit weird. And cool. Alright, well, thanks, Alioda. We'll talk later. Hopefully I'll be able to live stream some other time. Thanks. Yeah, it was really cool to have you here commenting. That's so nice of you. So nice of you. And I'll fix these drawings. They're not very good. Look how cool that one is, this watercolor thing. That looks neat. Yep. So thanks guys for sticking around. I'll talk to you later.